Hello, hello. Happy full moon. Rebecca Magic channeling here. Thanks for tuning in for the full moon reading. Full moon is in Sagittarius. All right, let's get this set up and ready for the reading. Okay. So, blessed full moon. Now, if you guys didn't check out my live transmission video from last week, you might want to do that. You might want to pause this video even. You might want to go to that one and then come back to watch this later. Or maybe you'll want to watch that live transmission after this one. They are connected. The live transmission was just days after the new moon, so it was still that new moon energy, and it was the beginning of this cycle. And now we are at the full moon. To be exact, it will be full tomorrow morning. So really 2 days before, 2 days after, we're really in that full moon energy. And so we're at the culmination of whatever our intention was at the beginning of this cycle. That's why I encourage you to check out the live transmission video that was done around the new moon. So again, happy full moon in Sagittarius. Thanks for tuning in. The temple is ready to provide the space, the magic. I'll let you know that the new moon was really, the cards for the new moon were really revealing that we are being offered a new opportunity to build an entirely new foundation here on this earth. It was about how we have all come to this place of balance on an inner realm that is now allowing for the manifestation of the results of that completion, that inner completion, in this physical reality. So for this past moon cycle, we've really been hearing the message from the cards that we are seeing the reflections in this material world of all of the work and effort we've put in up until this point now on the inner realms, in the inner dimensions. So let's see how that connects to this full moon, you guys. Okay. All right, so it begins. I'll show you what it looks like. So on this left side here, we have a card pertaining to the past, perhaps the beginning of this cycle with the new moon also preceding that. Then here we have what we need to know about where we are at in the present moment. And then this is, right here we have two more cards. We have a challenge card and how we're going to get through that challenge. And then here we have the near future. So, let's put that guy back up there. Ah, beautiful. Right away we have a major arcana card. So the card for the past position is the Fool, and this is the card of blind faith, leap of faith, trust, the beginning. It's a beginning. I really relate to that right now. I don't know about you guys, but this is the ultimate card of new beginnings. And I really do feel that we are being offered a new beginning here in this realm, this physical realm, because of the beginning we are being offered in all realms, in all dimensions. Imagine how cool that's going to continue to look as it unfolds in our physical world. That opportunity for a whole new beginning. So again, this was in the past. This is what brought us to where we are right now in the present moment. So that's the Fool card. Trust, faith, new beginning. Okay. Right away, the next card I pulled is another major arcana card. Right in the center. And that is the card of Strength. And this one has been coming up a lot only very recently in all of the readings I've been doing for individuals and collective. It's the Strength card. So this is a challenge that we're going to experience, and the Strength card has a woman petting a lion and opening its mouth kind of gracefully. It's representing the strength in vulnerability, the strength in softness. That true strength doesn't necessarily mean self-exerted strength. It's not always what you think it is. This is the real, true strength and power in softness and in vulnerability. So this is our challenge. This is something that we're going to be moving through as we get to the other side, to the future card. This is something that is going to bring us many lessons to cultivate that strength. Let's see, something that is going to help us access this strength. This is ridiculous. I love that this is live, so you all saw me shuffling forever. So the Death card, we have 3 major arcana already. 3 out of the 5 cards. The Fool, Strength, and Death. And Death is going to be the thing that gets us through this phase as we move to the other side. That is so multifaceted in meaning. So we're going to have Death as our ally, something to get us through this period of learning how to access our true strength. And that Death card really represents transformation, because all that's real never dies. Death is often an illusion. It really depends on how you look at it, but the key word here is transformation. And so if we allow old parts of ourselves to die, we can access new parts of ourselves. We can create new space to cultivate whatever it is we're needing to cultivate to get to wherever it is we're wanting to get to. And so, being that the card for our challenge was strength, and we're going to be learning how to access this, what I feel coming through specifically with having Death as the ally for that is that our egos, our stubborn pride that does not serve the highest, because anything can be in service to the highest, and we have to surrender to the picture, and if in that moment it feels right, it's worthless to judge it, whatever it is, even if it's, stubborn pride. There may be a time and a place for that. But right now I'm feeling is not the time. Especially because this card showed its face. And there's strength in vulnerability, strength in kindness, strength in softness. And so any parts of ourselves that are resisting that, we really need to let transform, fall away, die. So whatever is in the way of you accessing your true, wise strength, your strength that is for the highest good, it's time to let it go. So if you've been too proud in any of your relationships, or maybe feeling too weak to speak up about something that you feel is really important to be spoken about, then do that. Whatever is getting in the way, whatever old parts of yourself who you've told yourself you are, whatever your story has been, whatever those things are that are keeping you from accessing that truest strength, it's time to let it go. Allow it to die, to transform into something totally new that is beautiful. And okay. 4 out of the 5 cards are now major arcana. This is incredible. This is incredible. I knew this was going to be a powerful one, but you never really know how powerful. For me, personally, a lesson I've been learning is to stop thinking I know everything. So this is pretty insane. The 4th card is the Hermit. And this is my birth card in the tarot. It's one of my favorite cards. It's hard to say I love them all so much because I just really do. They're all the faces that are within us, and I love every one of them. But the Hermit is one that is very close to me, very personal, very at the forefront of my mind always. This is what it looks like. The Hermit is the one who seeks self in darkness, seeking self-knowledge, self-realization, a teacher. The Hermit is related to the quote, when the student is ready, the teacher comes. That's very much the Hermit. It's the number 9. It's the 9th card in the entire deck. It's in the major arcana. So arcana means secret. So far we have 4 out of 5 that are major secrets, major things being revealed. And so with the Hermit at our crown here, it's telling us to remember something. The Hermit wants us to remember something that the card embodies, that this archetype embodies. So let's see. I feel that it's going to be important. It's going to be a key role in achieving whatever it is we're setting out to achieve. It's going to be an important time for us coming up now. It's going to be an important time for us to get in touch with that space within, to really go into meditation, to not allow other people's ideas of who we should be, or even our old ideas of who we've been, get in the way of accessing who we really want to be and who we're meant to be for the highest good of the one. So it's going to be really important coming into this next stage to remember that Hermit card, remember that wisdom, and to go into that place, to have a space in solitude where you can really let everything go and judge in a way that is actually righteous. Judge in a way that is free of that stubborn pride or the ego, whatever, the voices, whether they're yours or other people's, telling you to be a certain way or act a certain way. It's going to be really important to get in touch with your innermost heart. Something that also just came in is the only way for our actions upon our realizations to bear sustainable fruits is if it's coming from that deepest place within. Every parent knows that the best way to empower their child is to offer them tools for self-empowerment, to let them know that they're doing it themselves, to empower them with the tools so that they can do it themselves. This is how we build real confidence. And when we're talking about the one self, and we're trying to awaken that self-confidence in the biggest, most spiritually divine way, then it makes sense that we would need to keep the Hermit card in mind and to know that whatever wisdom we are receiving, that we're integrating, we make sure to sit with it in solitude and really face whether or not it is something we want to adopt into our program. It's really up to you to get in touch with your truth, the truth. Wow. And the final card is the Queen of Cups. So this is the only one out of all 5 cards that is not a major secret being revealed. So it looks like we're coming out of this really powerful time right now that's pushing us toward this role of Queen of Cups. We have all this powerful energy that led us here, all this powerful energy within us, powerful lessons to learn coming up. And what we're moving into with all of that power is the Queen of Cups, and it is the water of water, because queens are water and cups are water. So it's the water of water card. This is all about emotions and the heart. And this is really about allowing our emotions to guide us in relationship, in the way that we nurture others, in the way that we're nurtured. To really be in the heart. Like I just see a big heart. You can do a meditation where you're surrounded by that love. You can really see yourself being encased by a huge heart, whatever it is you want to do to create that imagery that you're going to, that will empower you to feel those feelings, because that's what's really going to manifest whatever it is you're wanting to manifest. So I see that we're stepping into a phase of more heart connection, relationships, really finding our vulnerability within relationship in order to access our truest strength. Because I see the Strength card pointing at the Queen of Cups here, the Strength card, perpendicular to the Queen of Cups. This being our challenge, strength, I see that we're going from that challenge to the Queen of Cups really shows me that we're going to learn a lot of lessons in vulnerability, in relationship, and in really following our heart. Really getting in touch with the feminine side more. Really coming to a point where we feel our emotions in a way that maybe we never have before. And when we keep that Hermit archetype in mind and we embody the Hermit, we can sit in meditation and know which feelings are coming up clearly, without judgment, without confusing them, to really face our emotions, to know what they're trying to tell us, and then to act wisely, because the queen is wise. She's mature on her throne. The queen, so she's been through the suits. She's been the page. She's been the knight. She's been all of the cups. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And she's mature on her throne, so she's comfortable with her heart. She knows how to use it to guide her. So the major theme that I'm getting from this reading is that we've come from this place of really trusting in spirit, knowing we have everything within us to take this leap of faith, to access this new beginning we're being offered. Beginning, beginning, beginning. That's what I see there, the Fool card. This new beginning brought us to where we are now. We need to remember that Hermit card to really remember to be our own teacher, to also be open to the wisdom of others, but to always run it by our innermost guidance system in moments of meditation throughout whatever it is we're doing, whatever path you're on, whatever journey you're walking. It's important to be that hermit periodically to make sure that whatever you're putting in here and in here is yours. Or at least yours in a sense that you're aware that everything is you. And so whether it's coming from your inner world or your seemingly outer world, it's still coming from the greater you. But until you sit and meditate on that, you won't know how to integrate it in the clearest way. You want to really integrate it efficiently, so you want to receive whatever the information is and run it by yourself. Is this something I think is true? How do I want it to be true for me? And how is it relevant to what I'm desiring to manifest? Because if it's not, then you might as well release it, because otherwise it would just be clutter. So really getting clear with your inner world and being your own teacher, that's going to be a huge ally as we move forward. The other ally is the Death card, allowing the old parts of you to die, allowing that stubborn pride to die, whatever is getting in the way of you being in your true strength. True strength, not egoic strength, not, asserted, self-asserted strength, not aggression, true strength. This could look like being the bigger person in a situation where there's an argument or self-sacrificing in a way that is righteous and for the whole. Strength of mind, strength of heart, strength of will in service to the highest, strength of will in service to the one. What is keeping you back from that? What is holding you back from that? Allow it to die. Allow it to fall away. Take some time to meditate. Get in touch with your center. If it's in the way, let it die. Let it be transformed into what will serve you and the greater you. And then we're moving to the Queen of Cups. This is where we're headed to learn these relationships, to learn these lessons, with strength, learn how to be in our true power, so that we're then guided into relationships and into whatever situations we're in our life where we can express this new strength, which looks like it will take us to be this Queen of Cups. It will really activate our heart. It looks like a heart activation through cultivating this true strength. As we practice this new strength that we cultivate by allowing the old self to die, that pride that does not serve us to die, and we are truly in our heart, we will be offered opportunities to express this through relationships, number one, because this is our biggest way of growth. This is our biggest way to expansion. This is our biggest vehicle for expansion. So as we express this new strength through our relationships and at our workplace and with our projects and our visions, and we're really going to step into that role of the Queen of Cups. And as we are offered this new earth initiation and we begin to build this new whatever it is we are building in reflection of this initiation, it makes sense that we're going to really need to keep that Queen of Cups at the forefront of our mind, to remember not to become too enmeshed with whatever it is we're creating, the physical, the material thing, whatever it is that we're creating. We need to remember what is really important. Why are we doing this? Who are we doing this for? For the one. To stay in touch with our hearts, to stay in touch with the people around us, the things that are most important, to know that as we are building this, we are doing it for a reason. Don't forget that reason. Don't get lost in the material reality. Know that we are building anew, but it's coming from the inside out. We need to keep our hearts aligned so that we remember to be guided from this place always. And so that our materializations, our buildings, whatever our creations are right now, they will reflect that truth. They will have a foundation that is built in this truth. So anything that we build physically will then also be more sustainable. Because yes, it will be more in alignment with the earth and nature because we must, otherwise we won't survive. So that's the first thing. We must be more sustainable in our efforts. But second, it's more sustainable spiritually. It's like whatever we're creating right now is going to have its roots in the heart. Therefore, it's going to be truly blessed. And even our materializations are going to carry more of that spiritual energy. We will manifest a reality that is built of more light. And this is going to progress with future generations, and soon we'll see a world that is really built upon higher vibrational materials, just as we are becoming higher vibrational beings. Everything, including inanimate objects, are becoming higher vibrational. This is a big result of what we are experiencing right now with the shift in frequency. Whoa, that was a lot that just came in, so. So yes, by cultivating that true strength, allowing old self to die so that new self can show up with true strength, it will lead us to be the Queen of Cups, connecting with our heart, remembering to stay connected to that heart as we build and as we create, so that that heart is woven through every fiber of whatever it is we are creating. Oh, this is really powerful for me. I'm really excited to meditate on this. I'm really excited to be the Hermit card and think about that. And yeah, I feel that this is huge. The whole first half of the month was all about this new opportunity that we are being offered right now to build a new reality here on Earth. Building active Earth. It was all pentacles and doing, and taking charge and taking the opportunity and running with it and co-creating. Yeah, it makes sense that this reading would be yes. But remember why. Remember what this is all for. We got to keep the two connected above and below. We have to keep, everything is about polarity. It's a reality of polarity. We have to keep the masculine tied to the feminine in all that we do. So the Queen of Cups was showing up like, hey, I'm the water of water. Like, don't forget about me. I have to be at the roots of this. I have to be enmeshed. I have to be interwoven with the materials that you use to create whatever it is you're going to create. It's like a calling to remind us to be more present as we build, to really infuse each piece, each material that builds the house or whatever it is we're building with pure love and essence, to really be mindful and use the science of our mind as magic in this building process, in this restoration process here now. We are aware of the science of the mind, so is it really hokey? Is it really corny if we're building something to, meditate while we're doing it, make it an active meditation? This is actually pure science. It's quite simple. Bringing awareness into our creation process is a no-brainer at this point with what we know about who we are and what our minds are and what they do. We should have our eye and our heart on success the entire time before it's even happening, because we know that as we're thinking it, we're creating it. So if we're physically creating anything, we should be holding the image of it already created in our mind's eye. So I think that's what she's asking us to do, is to feel into our heart, go into meditation, be the hermit, access the Queen of Cups within you, feel from your heart, and then create from there. And do whatever meditations or visualizations or prayers or affirmations as you're building, as is necessary. Consistently. This is a big one for me. I'm really happy to keep this in mind. I'm really happy to receive this lesson. And as I move forward with my new projects for this next moon cycle, I'm certainly going to keep in mind the Queen of Cups and stay connected to my heart and do some magic as I'm building to really access that feminine quality within. I did make a video the other day about the North and South nodes, and it was called How to Use the Tarot to Fulfill Your Purpose. And when you know about your North and South nodes, you know about who you are, who you came into this world comfortably as. Maybe you've lived this as many lifetimes. That's your South node. And then your North node is where you're headed, where your soul wants to go. The balance it's wanting to achieve is revealed through the polarity between the two signs that are your north and south node, because they're always opposites. So mine are Cancer south node and Capricorn north node, and this reading is so relevant for me. It really helps me to relate to that, my inner polarities, and balancing that, and how I can manifest that in the world. And I came here as a Cancer, and I'm really learning those Cancer south node, I should say. That's, I didn't bring up the rest of my chart. I'm specifically talking about nodes right now for those of you who just tuned in. So I'm very comfortable with Cancerian qualities, but I'm so busy focused on my direction all the time and my purpose that I'm very much in my north node, my Capricorn, my masculine. And so I've been meditating a lot on balancing the two and using my feminine energy to get to the masculine energy in a way that is harmonious, in a way that is synergistic. And so this reading really helps me, because it reminds me, okay, don't be so about the building, go, go, go. Remember to connect to your heart too. Let your actions have its roots in the inner world, which everything does. So we should acknowledge that, because the more we acknowledge that truth, the more it works for us, and the more we become aligned and harmonious with the laws of nature. So how can this reading relate to your north and south nodes? Maybe you don't even know what they are. Maybe you can check it out. Feel free to check out my previous videos. I did post a few of them this week. They are up on my YouTube channel, Rebecca Magic Channeling. And they are also up on my Facebook, Rebecca Magic Channeling. So let's give it one more look here. This is so powerful. The Fool. Strength. Queen of Cups, the Hermit, and Death. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was so awesome. I really enjoyed this reading, and I look forward to many more readings. I look forward to the next moon cycle. It just never ends. There's just more and more powerful happenings within us and all around us. So it's good to connect. And if anybody has any feedback, wants to share any experiences of their own this past moon cycle, or what they feel is to come, or how they relate to this reading, how you relate to this reading, please leave a comment, make a video response. I would love that. If you want a reading at this time, my contact information is on my Facebook page, Rebecca Magic Channeling. It's always a fun time to get a reading during the full moon. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to sit with you tonight. Happy full moon. Enjoy the illumination. Enjoy the magic. I'll be looking at the same moon. Thank you. See you soon.